Welcome to Shom Machshava on the Daf. We're holding in Menachos Daf Kuf. And on the base, the Mishnah tells us the lechem aponim, the minimum amount of days from the time of baking it and time of eating it is 9 days, including the day of baking, because you bake it on Friday and you eat it on the Shabbos after. If there's a Yom Tov on a Friday, so it will be 10 days. And if it's Rosh Hashanah, Thursday, Friday, it will be 11 days. So Rashi asks, if you have 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur will fall on Shabbos. So you're not going to eat the bread until the day after Shabbos, until Motzei Shabbos. So isn't that a 12th day? Says Rashi, no, because the Kotchin, the Lailo Erlich Achar Yoim, so Motzei Shabbos is considered to be Shabbos. But Toys here says, and this is what Rashi in Pesachim Daf Mem Zayin says the same thing, that when they had 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, if Eidim came after Mincha, when was Aleph Tishrei? It wasn't Thursday, it was Friday. Not like we do today when we have 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. The Rosh Hashanah is going to be Friday, and Thursday is only Noagim Kodesh. So if so, Yom Kippur won't be until Sunday. So that goes into Machlekes Rishonim. When Eidim came after Mincha, what was Aleph Tishrei? Was it the day, that the first day of Rosh Hashanah, or the second day of Rosh Hashanah? Now Rashi there in Pesachim adds one more thing. He says, why do we say Shnei Yomim Tovim Rosh Hashanah? Why not any other 2 days of Yom Tov? So says Rashi, the Besman Lechem Aponim, doing Lechem Aponim when Beis Hamikdash was built, Those days there wasn't 2 days of Yom Tov. Meaning Am Yisrael lived in Eretz Yisrael and they knew when Yom Tov is. So the Tzlach right away asks on Rashi, what does Rashi mean? Only when there's Lechem Aponim, that's when we don't have 2 days of Yom Tov? And when there's no Lechem Aponim, there is 2 days of Yom Tov? That's not true. Today, how many days of Yom Tov do you keep in Eretz Yisrael? Only 1 day. So what does Rashi mean over there in Pesachim? So the Chazal Sofer says over there, that the Tzlach asked this question, and you had, it has to be Ponai Be'agoin. I had like a little chutzpah to give an answer to the Noide B'Yudah. To the Gemara in Brachas Gimel says that when Roy Chacham Yisrael and Chutz La'aretz, and nobody is in Eretz Yisrael, so you do Ibur Shana and Kriyus Chadashim in Chutz La'aretz. So when the main place to do Kriyus Chadashim is in Chutz La'aretz, in Eretz Yisrael, they didn't know when they did Kiddush HaChodesh, so they have to do 2 days of Yom Tov every single Yom Tov. But in the time of Lechem Aponim, you never did Ibur Shana and Kiddush HaChodesh and Chutz La'aretz. You did in Eretz Yisrael. So Eretz Yisrael was always 1 day. And the Chazal Sofer ends by saying, V'shafir Pirush Rashi, and he says, he nodded his head with agreement. So according to Chazal Sofer comes out, that there was sometimes that in Eretz Yisrael, they kept 2 days Yom Tov, because they did not know when it was Rosh Chodesh. But in some of the Sefer Chasidus is brought down, to do Yom Tov Sheni even in Eretz Yisrael. And the Sefer Darkei Chai V'Sholom, Shmuas from the Baal Minchas Elazar, he says he always was mishabeach very much the Chasidim, the Yereim, that in Yom Tov Sheni in Eretz Yisrael, they used to wait big day Shabbos Yom Tov, and they didn't do Melach B'Faresya. And even though we paskin in Eretz Yisrael is only 1 day Yom Tov, still there's a very good minhag. And he sends a Sefer Zohar Chai from the Rebbe of Kamarno, and Pinchas Daf Reish Lamed Aleph. He goes on to explain the din of Yom Tov Sheni is a takana d'Rabbanan today, not because we don't know what day it is, but it's a takana d'Rabbanan did. And he concludes and says, L'kach ani oimer, therefore I'm saying, Im yaskimu chachmei Eretz Yisrael imi, chachmei Eretz Yisrael will agree with me, la'asois gam be'Eretz Yisrael shnei yomim toivim kemoi she'achu osim b'chutz la'aretz. If chachmei Eretz Yisrael will agree with me to have a 2 day Yom Tov in Eretz Yisrael, yekiruv ha'geula ve'avoy Mashiach meher b'yameinu, amen ken yehi ratzon. And he concludes and says, Ve'ein kan ba'al toisif l'takonos chachamim d'Rabbanan lehalois arucho me'orich keser elyon. It speaks about Kabbalistic ideas that if you do Yom Tov Sheni, there's something very great that happens. Ve'yovo goyel tzedek b'schus Yom Tov. So we see there's some inyan, some Sefer Chasidus that bring that the Enchanami you should do Yom Tov Sheni in Eretz Yisrael, and the Minchas Elazar brings a raya from this Rashi in Pesachim Daf Mem Zayin. And I saw there's a Sefer called Zichronos Eliyahu, who was written by Rabbi Eliyahu Mani, who was the rabbi of the city of Hebron, and he brings over there that there was the Yom Tov of Isru Chag, the minhag in Hebron was Lo la'asos bo melacha. And when someone would go and open a store, they would go and shut it down. And that's how he wrote for women as well. So there is such a meaning, and there's such a people that do keep Yom Tov Sheni and Eretz Yisrael, a fascinating idea to know. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor Shom Machshava Shiurim, please email shommachshava@gmail.com.